I feel like that vintage collection cardbacks are one of the most significant parts of the toy line. When it comes to other Star Wars lines and other lines in general, you're mostly getting it for the figure. Maybe the box looks nice, but when it comes to the vintage collection, the cardback is a very big deal out of it. And I've done a video on the cardback before, specifically how you slice off the bubble. And I figured, hey, let's take a look at all of my cardbacks. And just kind of, as a retrospective, just kind of looking at the cardbacks, maybe how they've changed a bit, and especially the art choices. The main thing I want to judge in this video, or the choice of image. Even if it's just a recreation of an original card, I want to judge the image selection. But I actually sorted through all these just recently. These are all of my card backs. Some of these may actually be my brother's as well. There may be some duplicates in here that are his. I am keeping them for now, but if he wants the duplicates of his back, he can get them. But I don't have all of the vintage collection card backs, but I have a good chunk of them. And first up, we're talking about the Phantom Menace stuff, and this is the Battle Droid card back. Man, I just want to reminisce about the 2012 TVC stuff. I was making videos back in that day, and they were not good videos. But I just remember this, man. This whole wave. This is a second style of card back for TVC, where they showed the whole wave like this. The whole wave, man, was just so beautiful. I miss getting whole waves like that. Now you're lucky to maybe get 1 or 2 new figures per wave, and then maybe like a few more repacks. No, all that is, for the most part, new figures, besides the Qui-Gon and the Obi-Wan, I think. I think everyone else is brand new. Good times. Good image selection, though, for the Battle Droid right there. I like that. And then we have Anakin as a Jedi Padawan. And, I mean, what other picture are you going to select for that? I love this. You could win a life-size Darth Maul statue. Who wanted that? Who cares? Seriously, who cares? Then same card back, same vehicles, too, which is interesting. But yeah, that's cool. I think that's a decent image. Then this one, another Phantom Menace, Quinlan Voss. Of course, they're all going to be Phantom Menace right now. It's so funny. That's the only image they really had to go by, because that's the only time he appeared in the movie. They could have... It's kind of boring, but at the same time, it's kind of in line with Vintage Collection, just taking a still from the movie. And there's Quinlan Voss right there, looking Quinlan Vossy. Then we have Padme, or Queen Amidala, excuse me. And she's got that outfit. Really, it's kind of a brick of a figure, but I enjoy it. It looks really nice. And, yeah, I mean, there's Queen Amidala. Not much to say about that one. Ratstarel. Oh my gosh. I love that picture they picked of him dying. They picked the picture of him dying. That's great. And he didn't just come with him. He also got a 8-bit droid with him too. So that was really nice. So yeah, that was a really good one. That was a really good figure right there. I miss getting stuff like that. And here's Darth Maul awaiting orders. You can see... really great picture, honestly. They picked a really good one. Aren't they re-releasing this? I think they're re-releasing this. I wonder with the re-releases if they're going to keep the numbers and if they're going to keep the original card back. I don't know. I think they might change it up. And then here is Obi-Wan Kenobi. Really good picture, honestly. I like the colors, too. I like how all the colors are different and how they actually match with what's here. I really like that. I really do like that. Because, see, Darth Maul was blue, right? Darth Maul's blue on the box. Yeah, he's blue on the card. I just looked. Another battle droid. Don't really need to look at that, but I do have 2 TVC battle droids. Really good figure. I wish I would have repainted it more. And then decent picture for the Naboo guard. I like that. Yes, I'm going through all of these. I don't care. And then Darth Sidious. That feels more like a promotional image rather than a still from the film. They've done that sometimes, but hey, you know what? It's all right. Yeah, I like the green too. Then, this is one of my favorite TVC figures, Dalte Dauphine. I love the blue, and I love Nemoidians. So, actually, my very first ever video was of the Nemoidians, because I just got all the Nemoidians, because there's not a lot of them. Really good figure, though. Probably my favorite from the wave, honestly. And then, we have Ben Quadraneros and Otoga. Is that what it says? Otoga. That's interesting. I always forgot the name of that droid. Where is he? Yeah, right there. I like the Otoga droid. But yeah, they made a figure, Ben freaking Quadraneros, and they put it on a Vintage Collection card. And then, now off to Attack of the Clones. I'm sorry, that's one of the best tracks of Star Wars ever. I'm sorry. One of the worst movies has one of the absolute best songs. I remember the opening of the original Battlefront. They sometimes played that song, and it was kind of sad. Yeah, there's peasant disguised Padme. And here's the original kind of card back they had. It's kind of interesting, though. On this, they just show a picture of her. They don't show, like, oh, first in the line, whatever. Then there's the old read-up. I missed that. Then there's the other figures in the wave down there. And then this is cut out for the mail-away Boba Fett. Because he needed to send in for the mail-away Boba Fett. And as you can see, even when I was younger, I made sure I didn't... You can still kind of see the seam, but you can still preserve the front of the card, at least. Then here is... good old Anakin. Anakin, stop panicking. Oh, no. Yeah, it's a neat card. And then you can see... I loved when they showed the first version of him, too. I loved that. The original Anakin Skywalker. I miss when they did that, man. Back when they cared. I'm sorry. And then, I don't know what happened to my Kid Fisto card, but that did not turn out well. I think that I might have another one in here. I don't know. Just looking ahead. Yeah, I have another one in here. So we can just skip that and talk about the better one. Zam Wessel. Really good picture, honestly. And then you can see I had to cut that out again. And then they show the original Zam from Power of the freaking Jedi. She was like one of the, sneak preview. She was one of the sneak preview figures. That's really cool. And then, again, all the other figures. And then the Clone Trooper. Honestly, they could have picked a better picture. He's not looking forward. It's just, I don't know. I feel like they could have picked a better picture. They're re-releasing this guy, and I am going to get the reissue. One of these has it cut out. The other does not. And look, they're, I don't specifically recall that clone. I don't recall that clone figure ever existing. I thought that was only released as the Sergeant, as you can see right there. They should have had the sneak preview clone there. Leave it to the clone expert to be a little picky about things like that. Then here's the proper Kit Fisto card. Unfortunately, that is cut right there. Here's the original Kit Fisto, though. You can see right there, good old Kit Fisto. I love this stuff. We're only on Attack of the Clones, and this video is already freaking 7 minutes. Another Padme, another Anakin. This guy, the Senate God. Really cool figure. I'm surprised it wasn't released as a Phantom Menace, because I think it was in Phantom Menace first, but I could have been wrong. I don't remember. I don't have that one. I think it's the only guard I don't have. And then another Zam again. And then Obi-Wan. Ooh. Pretty close picture of Obi-Wan, but I dig it. I dig it. And there's the original Obi-Wan. And then Jango Fett. You may have heard of me. That's a Boba quote from the freaking Hasbro helmet. There's the original Jango. Man, hype back when Jango Fett was initially a thing, right? I like that image, by the way. It's a really good image. And then, ooh, good old... What would we do without Fiek Search, honestly? He's the best Jedi of all time. He actually got an original figure, which is funny. Another Jango card. Mace Windu card. Mace Windu is a really good figure. I really love the TVC Mace. Good picture, too. Really epic scene. And then, they could not have picked a better image for the Super. That's a really good Super image. Then the original Super right there. And then now we're moving on to Clone Wars. There's only a few. They're re-releasing these, which is funny. They're re-releasing the Obi-Wan, which is a completely photoshopped image. But honestly, it's funny. These figures are not based off of Hayden Christensen and all them, but it's the best. They're the best likenesses in 3 3/4 inch. So there's the whole wave. This was in the last wave, actually, of Vintage Collection before it was phased out for a while. And then here, we haven't come across any new cards yet. Here's Anakin. That's a really sweet card, honestly. I'm not going to lie. Then you can see the wave he was in. He was not a last waver, but you can see right there. And then this Ahsoka was really rare for the longest time. And then I remember, I like mentioning these things. I saw someone unbox this, like the last wave, and they were like gawking at this image as if it was really like appealing in that kind of way. And I'm like, come on, dude. It's an artwork for a freaking toy of an orange alien girl who's not even 18. Please stop immediately. You can see last wave again, and then the wave before. Man, Shae Vizsla, how much is she now? It took me ages to get her. It was kind of a running meme, probably before most of you guys were even subscribed to my channel. It was a running meme. Before 2 out of 10, before Captain Killshot. The meme was, I didn't have Shae Vizsla. Here's General Grievous. For how big the bubble had to be, they did a really good job. And then this was my favorite kind of card back. This is like the original Vintage Original Trilogy Collection card back. There's the original sneak preview Grievous there. Good old times. And then here is Oddball. I think that's cool. I like the image, even though it looks like he's just standing out in space, which is kind of funny. But there we go. That's who's in his wave. You know, that's cool. And then we have the normal Clone Trooper, which was actually a really good figure. Free Boba Fett! Wow! I like how I have some of those still on. Some of them I removed, though. You can see there's that. There's the original clone, man. Original Phase 2. Then there. Look, I love how they're showing, like, the original card versions, too. Why are they showing that as the first version of Sidious, though? That's odd. Because I'm pretty sure Sidious was around, you know, they had a Revenge of the Sith Sidious. ATRT driver, really good image, I'm not going to lie. So you can see there. Kind of odd wave he was released in. It was pretty much a hodgepodge. Because I remember for a while they had themed waves. I guess they just kind of got rid of that. And then here we have Yoda. Oh, evade IRS, I must. I'm sorry, I just love the Yoda memes. And then they're showing the original Revenge of the Sith Yoda, because this is specifically Revenge of the Sith Yoda. You can see another victim right there, but hey, I think I did an okay job of disguising it. Then here we have Darth Vader. Ooh, look out. I think they released this as both Anakin and Vader, which is interesting. But hey, that's cool. Then here's the 212. I want to get one of these carded. I want to get a vintage 212 carded one day. But I love that card. Oh my gosh, it is such a perfect image. Even though one of them's getting killed in the back, I can't really complain. Such a cool card. Then there's the original 212. My boy! My boy! Then I don't have a Cody card in here because the only TVC card I have is carded. Oh my gosh. Aayla Secura. Ooh, honestly, such an awesome figure. Really good image, too. It's kind of funny. Out of all the Jedi to pick, having a cameo in the freaking Rise of Skywalker, they picked Aayla Secura. Did you just spoil Rise of Skywalker? It's been out for, what, about a month now? Come on. I'm done with spoilers. Rey is Palpatine's granddaughter. Oh, dude, you didn't know that? Sorry, welcome to the internet. You probably would have figured out at one point. If you cared, you would have watched the movie by now. Anyways, Darth Sidious. I love that card back. This is such an awesome figure too. Wow, I love that. Then this. I think this is my only foil card in here. I think this is my only foil card, period. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Look at that. My Obi-Wan's foil. I loved these foil cards. I wish I had more of them. Yeah, you can see right there the original Cody, all that. And then here is actually the first new card we are encountering. This is the 41st Elite Corps. Then this is the new style of card back they have been doing for a while, where it shows the rest of the figures in the wave, even though this wave is pretty much like he's an exclusive and everything else is just... Did you see any of these in stores? No, neither did I. Okay, let's move on. Moving on to some new... All these are going to be new cards now. The Range Trooper, honestly, pretty good pick. Do like that. I don't really feel too big of a quality difference in the cards. I really don't. But it's crazy, though. It's crazy how they finally brought it back. Even though, look at all that. Look at that selection. It's all new movie stuff. Which I don't mind. I just wish it would go back a little bit. The Enfys Nest figure is really great. I wish we got more TVC for Solo. Speaking of Solo, I gotta talk about this card back, because this is one of the worst ones. I'm sorry. They clearly base this off of concept art. I mean, they have the Falcon in the back as just, oh, look, it's the Millennium Falcon. Not the greatest. Honestly, one of the worst new vintage collection figures, too. Then I have two Range Troopers, because I couldn't help myself. And then, is my Lando card next? Where's my Lando card? Oh, he's out of order. The Lando ended up with the Rogue One stuff. There's a Lando card. You can see, got delivered in very good shape from Amazon, but hey, what can you do? Really good picture, honestly. Donald Glover killed it as Lando. Then here, Mimban Stormtrooper. I'm happy I have two of that figure. I really am. Really great image, too. And there's the rest of that wave. I think out of all the card back differences, when it comes to the back, let me know which one you guys like the most. Me, personally, I like the original one. The one with the color and that big old read up and showing the original version. There's the Commander. My least favorite's the new one. And there's that Star Gunner. Really cool picture. I like how they made a new gunner finally, after what, 14, 15 years? And there's normal hover tank. Really good picture. You can see that. I don't care if this is boring for some people. This is made for the niche group of people who just love the vintage collection card backs, okay? Water time. Rogue One Stormtrooper, really cool picture. I like that. I'm going to stop showing the backs as much on these old ones. Or in these new ones. But speaking of an old one, here's the RFT. I love this figure. The Vintage Collection RFT. Look at that. Oh, look at that glorious thing. I don't have that. I want to get that. And there's the rest of the wave there. Man, these are just the best. I love seeing, because it just commemorates the history of the line, you know? And here's Death Star Escape Luke, which is nice. Then there, it's just, hey, look, it's a picture of him escaping the Death Star with Princess Leia. I don't get why people call her Leia. Her name is Leia. And then here is the Sand Trooper. I don't know if I have another Sand Trooper card. This one's a bit beat up, but hey, you know what? It's okay. I love the TVC Sand Trooper. It's probably one of the worster, oh my gosh. Not one of the best Sand Troopers. This is not Vintage Collection. This is Vintage Original Trilogy Collection. This is from 2004, I believe. And it's Princess Leia Organa. That is a complete recreation. Oh my gosh, I'm bumping into everything. Complete recreation of the original card. You can see right there. Even down to that. This is as faithful as it ever got. Right here. This is as faithful as it ever got. Because you can see, moving on to the newer Vintage Collection, they got rid of the little number in the block there. They moved ages 4 and up because they had to add the warning choking hazard thing. They didn't need it on this because it had like the insert. But see, now they need a warning choking hazard on the front. Which is, I mean, gotta do what you gotta do. But it's not as faithful anymore. You see another RFT right there. And then freaking R5D4. What a champ. What a champ of a guy. Then there's... Why didn't they bring back R5D4 in Rise of Skywalker? He could have, like, stopped Palpatine. And here's another Sand Trooper card. This one's in better shape. Interesting picture choice, by the way, on that. It's so funny how the Sand Trooper never got a vintage figure, but the freaking Navy Commander did. It sucks, though. They didn't make this guy with a gray body, just the black body. Apparently, Lucasfilm refused. That is a vintage recreation right there. Speaking of vintage recreation, here's the original Star Wars Darth Vader card. You can see the wave he came in, same as the Navy Commander. Then here's Dr. Everson. And then Cantina Patron. So funny these guys appeared in Rogue One, isn't it? Why didn't they show the original Evazan figure? That's odd. I think he was just in a... No, I think he got like a single-carded figure back in the day. I'm not sure. I know he was in multi-packs. And here's the Celebration Han. I did get the Luke, actually, the new Luke, but I just kept it carded because I didn't really feel like opening it. I might open it one day. But then there's another RFT card. I actually have a handful of RFTs. One of those cards might be my brother's, though. Then his Grand Moff Tarkin. Kind of wish he was in the original vintage line. But they do have that retro collection one, which I've yet to get, and I don't know if I'll ever get it because it just doesn't look good. Then moving on to... actually, this is just... They put this guy on a Star Wars card. The Shadow Stormtrooper? Isn't that odd? I have 2 of it because I bought 2. But look at that. That's interesting. I don't like the color choice, honestly. I'm not going to lie. I don't like the color choice. Really love that figure, though. I'm happy it was actually released mainline, even though these things never make it to retail. Then there's Rebel Soldier, Echo Base. I did not get the new Hoth Trooper with, I think, that card back. Is that the card back they used for the new one? Because I didn't get that. See, this is specifically an Echo Base Trooper, so, I mean, whatever. Then here is an Empire version of the Stormtrooper card, which I dig. Man, I love the vintage Stormtrooper. It's one of my favorite vintage figures. And here's an Empire version. This is the original mail-away Fett. I have one loose and I have one carded. I won the carded one in a contest. Who remembers Mr. Ninja Middens? Hope that guy's doing good. Love that guy. He's awesome. He really helped me out when I started the channel. But yeah, there we go. Shout out to you, Mr. Ninja Middens. I hope you're watching, bud. And then there is Han Solo Bespin outfit. A classic. A classic. I mean, if I don't really give a comment, the card's great, okay? The original Yoda card. Ooh. Oh, that's such a good picture. Oh, man, that's such a great picture. Evade tax evasion I must do. I'm sorry. Tax time is coming up, so it's kind of, you know, what's on my mind. Dengar. Isn't that cool? Good old Dengar. Honestly, he's kind of lame. I know some people like Dengar, but I just think he's like the lamest out of all the bounty hunters. I'm sorry. Then here's a Lok Squogre. And then that's the first time this is the first time we ever got a Dagobah landing Luke. So that's really cool. With the gloves off. And I know some people are like, why do you need a variant that minor? I don't know, because dioramas. You know, the thing I love the most about original, or like the 3 3/4 inch scale is that you can make dioramas. See, I miss seeing the original version of it. I mean, I like this. This is cool, but I miss seeing the original. I know this is kind of a little more accurate to the original card, but I liked the thing that made the vintage collection stand out, which was this kind of card back. Because it's like, yeah, vintage on the front, kind of modern on the back. There's the Weequay. Ooh. Weequay. You got a... I don't know what I'm going on about. Rebel Commando. That's a cool card. Kind of a dopey looking guy, though. Honestly, not the best card. You can definitely tell they really struggled to find an image there. I retract my statement about it being a cool card. Speaking of cool card, though, look at Harrison Ford right there. Oh, look at Harrison. He's looking slick. He's looking slick. And then there's General Lando Calrissian. Yeah. Even though he was on a Power of the Force card, he's over here on a vintage Jedi card. I think they should revamp Vintage Collection as Power of the Force. After a while, after they've made everything they can make on a TVC card, like as a recreation of an original vintage figure, they should revamp it as Power of the Force. That's my proposal. Freaking Pruneface. How did Pruneface get a vintage figure? I'm sorry. They have the weirdest character selection on 9-num. Freaking Rise of Skywalker saying they killed him off screen. That's dumb. I don't like that. Freaking 9-num lives forever. Yeah. Okay. They do 9-num dirty. They do Akbar dirty. It's a crime. And there's another Weequay. Yes, it's a different figure. Then here's freaking Lumat. Lumat. Who's Lumat? He's an Ewok. That's an inside joke. But yeah, there's Lumat. Is this the first pink card? I think that's the first pink one. I don't think... Has there been another pink one? I think that's the first pink one. And here's Wedge from Return of the Jedi. It was kind of cool to see him in Rise of Skywalker, even though it was just a second. Apparently the actor wasn't a big fan of Star Wars and actually told his nephew, Ewan McGregor, not to do it. But he did it anyway. And then Kithaba Skiff God. Ooh. Apparently there's a bandana variant of that. Okay, was the original Kithaba like had a yellow torso, or was that photographed sample actually yellowed? Let me know. Because if that's an actual yellowed figure documented on a card back, that would be hilarious. Here's one of those deleted scenes figures. I loved these. The little deleted scenes wave. I didn't get too much from it. But there's Kithaba again. I guess one of them is my brother's card. Because I didn't get that bandana variant. Then there's another Lando that's a little messed up. Probably my brother's. And then, ooh, Luke Skywalker Endor Capture. And then they just didn't market it as, you know, Return of the Jedi Luke. It's specifically Endor Capture Luke. The Stormtrooper helmets in Return of the Jedi. Definitely interesting. I liked the black mouths. Then there's another Han card. Then here, TIE Fighter Pilot. This is I think it's one of the only cards that does not actually show the character. Because that's what the original card looked like. Interesting, right? Yeah, I kind of wish they had shown the character, but what can you do? Excuse me. Return of the Jedi version of the Stormtrooper. You can see right there. It's just Return of the Jedi. I guess it was released in a different wave. Then here is another deleted scene. Lando, Sandstorm outfit. I just use this as my Skiff Lando. I didn't bother getting the new one. And then here, one of my favorite deleted scenes figures, the Mon Calamari Rebel Pilot. That's a really cool one. I remember I bought this after I went to the Newport Aquarium in northern Kentucky. So that was kind of funny. And there's Princess Leia slave outfit. And then her original figure, which is funny. But then, look at this. Good old Tuesday morning, right? $5. $5 a Tuesday morning. Like the good old days. Tuesday Morning apparently still stocks Vintage Collection. I think a fan of mine just sent me a picture of them getting something there. And there's Rebel Commando again, that odd card. And here's a new one, Re-Yees. Here's where these ended up from my review. Re-Yees and on Carbonite. There's that. Interesting. Then there's another new card, the Clad 2 Skiff card. And here's another new card with Saelt Marae. I think they just should have called him Yak Face, because I think that would have been more vintage. I don't like Saelt Marae. But what can you do? Okay, that's it with originals. I don't have any Force Awakens cards loose. I have a Force Awakens carded Kylo Ren. Actually, I will get Force Awakens cards soon. I just got 3 Force Awakens TVC Stormtroopers coming in the mail, because I want to build my army. So I will have the Force Awakens Stormtrooper card, but I won't for this video. I apologize. There's Snoke. I did not expect this guy to peg-warm like he did, but he peg-warmed. Oh well, what can you do? And then, honestly, not a bad figure. The Island Journey Rey. I never reviewed it. I don't know why I never reviewed it. I never reviewed it. Then here's Crate Luke. Another pretty good figure, man. Not perfect, but pretty good. Then this figure. I'm sorry. I think the Rise of Skywalker Rey figure is phenomenal. I love it. Especially after Rise of Skywalker. I am a fan of the Rise of Skywalker, okay? I really enjoyed it. It's my favorite sequel film. Especially after Rise of Skywalker, I just love this figure. I love having it. I want everything that can go with it. I want all the rest of the Knights of Ren, too. The Knights of Ren were pretty cool. They weren't like a main force, you know, but they were there. And they were threatening, and they were worth the payoff, in my opinion. Because the only time they fought was not against the person I expected them to be fighting. So, I really enjoyed that. Zori Bliss, too, was really cool. I liked Zori Bliss, too. I liked her. Really cool character design, too. I love that card. Then off to the Sith Troopers. Here we have the Sif Jet Trooper, which is a cool figure. I like that. And then, if you missed my Sith Trooper review, here you get a chance to see the original Sith Trooper card and the Armory Pack card. You can see it has a different image, which I enjoy. And it has a little sticker there, Armory Pack, in like 1,000 different languages. So hey, that's cool. Then the backs are actually slightly different too. So there's that. And then I keep hitting the camera. And then on to Expanded Universe. This is where it gets interesting for a lot of people. 27 minutes in. The Republic Trooper. Ooh, that is a sweet figure. This is a sweet one. Wish I had another one of it. They did like sort of pseudo re-release it in the Black Series, but it was such an odd release. They did re-release Bastila Shan though, which that's a really great piece of art right there. Never played the Old Republic, or the Knights of the Old Republic. Like I've stated many times, I'm not a big video game guy. Darth Malgus, let me just say, sweet character design. He's kind of like a diet Darth Vader, but at the same time, he's also really cool. Like, just those cinematics they had for the game just gave you enough. Gave you all you needed to see. And then Nominor, if you know me, you know that I'm happy this is not canon. I don't like the Using Vong stuff. I'm just not interested. I don't like it. I think a whole group of Skull people coming in to invade the Star Wars galaxy and fucking mess everything up. It just kind of cheapens it. I don't know why. It's like, oh yeah, everything happened, and oh, Force out of nowhere. Oh, I'm gonna blah blah blah, kill you all. You know, I'm not into it. But what I am into is the Force Unleashed. Not as much the Force Unleashed 2, but I love the Force Unleashed. This is unfortunately just a Force Unleashed 2 Star Killer. This is the clone. But, you know, it's a cool figure. You had the options for his other appearance, too. And then the ARC Trooper Commander. Last but not least, look at that Tuesday morning, $5. $5 a Tuesday morning. Isn't that hilarious? But yeah, I have this one carded, too. Such a great figure. You can make him either Phase 1 or Phase 2 Captain Fordo. And the Phase 2 Fordo, as soon as I saw they were doing that, made me cream in my pants. Anyways, let's finish this up. I'm not going to show the G.I. Joe cards. I might real quick. I don't know. Probably not. Last thing I want to show are the Lost Line cards. This was a wave they released that was based off of concept, not concept art for figures, but concept for the package, which is interesting. They released one character per film. For Return of the Jedi, you had an electrocuted Darth Vader. I really dig this kind of style of package, by the way. You can see, look, it has like, you know, a Return of the Jedi themed thing there. And then it has a New Hope themed thing right there. And then the Sand Trooper. So, like, it identifies the movie and has the character down there. I loved these cards. Look at that art. That is some classic artwork. I wish they'd bring these back. And then for episode 2, this is out of order, but I don't care. We got a Clone Lieutenant. Hey, where's the Clone Lieutenant? Here he is. You can see Geonosis dropship right there. Or gunship, I should say. And there's that Clone Lieutenant. Even though he barely appeared in Attack of the Clones, he was there. And for episode 5, we got Vespa and Leah. So that was a really cool one. Then you can see episode 5, there's the Falcon. And then they got different ships for everything, too. And then they got the Naboo fight, the Naboo ship, and then Jar Jar Binks for episode 1. What a classic choice. Classic choice. Here's the read-up for that, if you want to read that. It actually talks about the Lost package. And then last, and certainly, probably not least, but probably not too high up there, the Shock Trooper. I just don't like these big head clones. I'm just not too big of a fan. You can see V-Wing and Mustafar. That's really sweet. Did you know that the planet at the start of Rise of Skywalker was Mustafar? I had no idea. It's kind of funny, isn't it? Anyways, I'm just going to flip through these Joe cards. Because if you stuck through the whole video, you don't really care. Here's Crimson Guard. That's a cool one. Ooh, that's a cool one. Then I like that Cobra Commander. It's not the best. His Tank Driver. And then this, you know, Storm Shadow. I got some of these figures loose and they'd kept the cards because it has the file cards on the back. So I didn't take all these off. There's a Beachhead. I don't even know if I have that Beachhead anymore. I don't know. And then, or at all. I don't even know if I have that. And there's Cobra Trooper. Then here's a couple Transformers ones, a couple of the mini bots. There's Bumblebee and there's Warpath. And then there's Overkill. I should probably have the Transformers one separate, shouldn't I? Then there's Overkill, which is the newest one. And then there's, I showed that off, how to not do it. There's the Cobra Trainer. Alrighty, there we go. There's my card backs. Hope you guys enjoyed taking a look at them all. Here's, let me pan down and show you. That's how I did them. that's how I just laid them out right here. Hope you guys enjoyed watching, man. I enjoyed making this video. 30 minutes out of my life, but I don't care. I just wanted to do a retrospective on the Vintage Collection card backs because I love them. I'm definitely going to keep these around. I like that they're really nice to store. They're really easy. The bubbles don't really matter. You can just throw those out. I really like this collection, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So there we go. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Check out my social media links and P.O. Box address and frequently asked questions down in the description below. Have a good day. See you all in the next video. Ta-ta, adios. Now I gotta make a very nice looking thumbnail and then put them all away. I can't wait. See ya.